Okay, now let us take another 2012 problem which says that the function given, that is this function is given to us, which is nothing but a cubic function, that is fx is equal to 2x cube minus 15x square plus 36x plus 1. Alright, this is the cubic function which is given to us, and we need to find out whether this function is 1 1 or onto. So this was a very easy problem if we had been able to solve the graph of this function, and the graph of this function is really easy to solve because this is just a cubic function. So now let us differentiate this function. So what we will get after differentiating is, if we do f dash x, this will be 6x square minus 30x plus 36. Alright, and if we find the roots of this equation, this will be 6x square minus 30x plus 36 equal to 0. So that implies this equation becomes x square minus 5x plus 6 equal to 0. Or otherwise I can say the roots of this equation will be nothing but 2 and 3. So that means f dash 2 will be equal to 0 and f dash 3 will be equal to 0. So that means either 2 will be a point of maxima or either 3 will be a point of maxima. So in that sense, one of them will be a maxima and one will be the point of minima. So we can even calculate that also, because we now have got f dash x. So if I find f double dash x, this will be nothing but 12x minus 30. So by using this method and now putting f double dash 2, we found that it is less than 0. So that implies 2 is point of maxima, and similarly I can do the same for point 3 and I'll get it that 3 is a point of minima. Alright, now let us find out the value at 2 and 3 respectively. So what will be the value at 2? So if we calculate f2, this will come out to be 29. Just we need to put x equal to 2 in this equation and we'll get the value 29 over here. And similarly if I do with 3, that is f3, this will come out to be 28. So if I have to plot the graph of this function, the graph will be something of this sort. Let's see. It will be a cubic function of this sort, where this value will correspond to 0.2 and this value will correspond to 3. So this will become local minima and this will become local maxima. So now you can see that we need to find the value from 0 to 3. So from this point 0. So if we calculate f0, this is nothing but 1. So this means this point is 1. So the maximum value for the function lying from 0 to 3 becomes from 1, and the value at f2 will be the maximum value, which is nothing but 29, and the local minima is also lying between this region. So the answer becomes that the minimum and the maximum values are 1 and 29. So this becomes equal to the range of this cubic function, and the range is equal to codomain. Alright, so if the range is equal to codomain, so that implies this function is an onto function. And now we have drawn the diagram also, so we can see that this function is not 1 1. Why? Because if I draw a horizontal line, let's say this is the horizontal line, so it is cutting the graph at more than one point, here, here and here. So that means it is not 1 1. So obviously the answer B becomes the option for this question, and you can see that this was a very easy problem to crack. Neither it should take more time